just like the love we made.
Hey guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Yeah, so there's no face cam today, obviously, we can see that. Don't worry about it, you'll see my lovely face again in the future. Today's video, guys, it's all about Rainmakers. The Rainmakers are here. They were completely unexpected. We were supposed to get them later on in September 21st through the 24th or something like that, according to the video, but they are here. Now, first and foremost, guys, as you know, with all proto troops, you should really wait till the end, right before the trader leaves, before you purchase all of them. Because right now, you're going to see a lot of anti-Rainmaker defenses. But come later on in the next week, people are going to start modifying their defenses back to typical arrangements, and that's when you can really shine with the Rainmakers. But, you know, I'm human, and I'm making a video for you guys, but I always like to buy at least one proto troop the day they drop, just because they're always so much fun to play with. While we're here, I want to mention one other thing too. This is just kind of a strategy. It kind of goes back to my last video for surviving in the current meta. One thing is about trader tickets. I like to hold these as another potential reserve for gold, and I only spend them when I know I actually am going to acquire enough tokens to make an upgrade. So my point is for as long as the trader's here, and if I start running low on gold this weekend, I've still got trader tickets I can cash in for crates, and hopefully I can get gold back. This is another thing you guys can be doing to kind of, you know, try to carry gold through the economy. Don't ever spend trader tickets for no reason, okay, guys? Same thing goes with lower levels for resources and stuff like that. You should accumulate them for times you need resources. Not only that, but when you get, let's say you're already maxed on resources and you start opening crates, anything the trader gives you from the crates will actually exceed your total storage. So this is one way you can get more resources than what your storages even allow for, just to let you know. But anyway, this isn't about the trader, this is about the Rainmakers. Now, the combo that I typically like to use a lot is the one you see right here. It's 6 Rainmakers, 1 boat of healers, and 1 boat of Zookas. And well, not with Bullet, with Kavan and Second Wind. There we go. Of course, my Second Wind is maxed, but yours doesn't have to be. Now, the idea here is we clear out everything with the Rainmakers, and then right at the end, we drop the Zookas, we let them kind of walk up. As they're approaching Kavan, we start spitting out all the zombie riflemen that we can, and then those zombie riflemen will be in front of the Zookas, and they'll all approach the HQ, and they just burn it down. That's the basic idea. Now, of course, these being as GBE as intensive as they are, it almost requires at least a gunboat energy boost. For me, though, today on today's video, since I've only got 25 minutes till the next op starts, it means I'll be doing an operation attack pretty soon. We're going all 10, guys. We're going full disco. Full disco for this party. But it's certainly not necessary. I think for the maps that are on, I'm sorry, for the bases that are on my map, I think just a masterpiece boost would be sufficient. But yeah, guys, Rainmakers do take some GBE to operate, but man, they're fun. Anyway, let's face it, you're gonna be boosting anyway in this in this tribal because it's rough. But here we go, full boost, full disco. Now, let's jump right into it. What do we got? I've already pre-classified these. Here's a 0 level, but he's not exactly 0. He's 0 on the HP and 87 on the damage. Let's take a look at him. Let's verify those stats. 0 on the HP is correct, and 87 on the damage is also correct. Okay, what do we see for protos? Well, we see an amped Grappler 3 and an amped Laser Beam 3. And these are right next together, which is great, because obviously we want to take out the Grappler. Grapplers can be bad for these troops. Obviously, there's very few things that outrange Rainmakers. It's basically just prototype defenses and rockets. I think shock launchers do too, but boom cannons don't. The Rainmakers have it on boom cannons by about half a tile. However, you got to be careful because it's very easy for them to step over that half a tile and then they get popped. So the name of the game is not getting shot with boom cannons, okay? And I guess another note to that is you can usually catch boom cannons that are closer to the front of the beach. As soon as you see a boom cannon turn, just be ready to throw a shock on it immediately. One note about shocking, you might be in the habit of value shocking. Like, let's say we wanted to shock this boom cannon because it turned on a Rainmaker. We might be tempted to try to also shock the shock launcher and machine gun and, I don't know, other stuff around it. But what that means is you'll be throwing the shock further behind the boom cannon, which takes more time. When it comes to Rainmakers and when you're doing reactionary shocks, you want to shock in front of your intended shock target as much as possible, because that reduces the travel time on the shock and you're more likely to save the Rainmaker. Obviously, as you go further into the base, you're just not going to be able to react in time. So sometimes preemptively shocking and or taking some down with artillery could be a good idea as you work your way to the back. This is why some people prefer Kavan's Ice Shield, but the ability to do a burn at the end, I think, far outweighs the Ice Shield. Anyway, let's just jump right into it, guys. So basically, we're going to just Bard out both of these structures. 55,000 total HP, but they're joined together, so that'll be like 1 barrage and 2 artillery, maybe 3 to get them all down. All right, let's go. I guess before we even do all that, we can just go ahead and drop Rainmakers too. Let's see, we got 130 GBE. Let's drop 5 of them to start. Medics and Kavan. Now we're gonna need to clear out some of these boom mines in front of us. Hopefully those critters get it all. Yeah, they did, pretty much. Anyway, let's start on that Bard job. 1 barrage right between them. Let's go 2 artillery. 1 and 2. Whoops, I should have put the artillery on the other rocket launcher. Well, here we go. Now we got a shot at it. Then we'll drop a 3rd artillery to get that grappler. Boom, and we got the rocket launcher. Perfect. Now we want to go ahead and drop some more critters for this boom mine. Let's go ahead and drop the other Rainmaker. Shocks can be a real big nemesis to Rainmakers, guys, because, well, we're going to hit the shock mine no matter what I do, so that was a waste of critters. Anyway, because Rainmakers are very slow, so you need to make sure that they're basically always having an ability to shoot. Pretty much that's the issue with Rainmakers, guys, is, you know, you might run out of time when you're playing with them. So, anyway, making our way in, taking a look at these boom cannons. I think everything's all right. I want to save as much GBE as possible for the burn. Uh-oh, that boom cannon turned. We're losing a Rainmaker. I didn't even want to try to save it. Maybe I could have, but this is right in the range where things aren't really savable. Now, I know when I do the second wind, the first thing that's going to come out is another Rainmaker, but we'll also get a couple of Johnsons. I think we can go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and drop the Zookas, because everything's dying so quickly with this full boost. Dropping the Zookas back here. They might not even make it to the HQ by the time we get there. Unfortunately, we did lose a Rainmaker. It's very expensive, guys, because that cost us around, well, what is it, like almost 100K. It's like 97,500 or something. But as you can see, as the Zookas are approaching, they won't even make it there, but I was just about to start using second wind, because that's about the right time to do it. But just like that, kaboom, Sloppy Joe goes down to Pound Town. It's also a little bit of a sloppy shish. The other thing to say about Rainmakers is, and I've mentioned this before in previous videos, like, you don't necessarily want to drop them all together at the same time, because if they all shoot their mortars at the same time, they'll do an overkill to the target. And you want to try to reduce overkill as much as possible, because each Rainmaker, since it takes, like, I don't know what the time is, like 11 seconds between shots or something, there's a limited amount of shots they're going to make in a 4-minute time period. And you want to make sure, you want to maximize the chance that those mortars that they're firing actually hit a standing structure. So sometimes staggered drops make a lot of sense. Now, I didn't worry about it on the last one because there was no health to be concerned with. This guy, on the other hand, we have him marked as a 103.39. Let's verify those stats. We see 103 on the health, and what did we say? 139? Yeah, 139 on the damage is correct. All right, there we go. Apparently he's number 1 Russian dude. Now we see a grappler, and obviously we'll take that out, and that's basically it. At 60,000 HP, that'll be about 2 barrage and 4 artillery, give or take. And we'll drop in the lower right corner. We'll do a staggered drop in pairs. All right, but we need to take out that grappler. So let's just drop 4 Rainmakers to start. That should leave us enough GBE. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the staggering I'm talking about. That'll hopefully help reduce. Oh shoot! Retreat. The grappler is looking at something. Yeah, it was a healer. Okay, so I'll need to do it under a little bit of smoke. I don't want to lose a healer, and then especially if he gets grappled up there, and if he doesn't die right away, which he probably will, the other healers would follow him and things will get messy. That's exactly why I retreated as quickly as I did. All right, let's jump right into it again. Okay, this guy has 2 shield gens. It's pretty normal. You know what? Let's just save the GBE on the smoke. Let's just open up with the, what did we say? 2 barrage, 4 artillery? 2 barrage, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there it is. Okay, now, stagger drop, 1, 2, 1, 2, Kavan, and the healer. Always save a little bit of GBE for shocks or anything like that. That's why I didn't just drop a 5th one yet. Although I think we can. We can go ahead and drop a 5th one. But yeah, the idea is I hope that they fire at different intervals. Now, as they fan out and they realign themselves, their shot rates can vary. But at least when you drop the troops, you can drop them in a way that tries to help them do staggered firing, because you don't want them all shooting at the same time. It's very inefficient if they shoot at the same time, because they might have 20 mortars flying onto a target that has like no HP. Like, see all those mortars that basically got wasted on that sniper tower? That's what I'm talking about. Shock in hand, boom, we got it. I was just about to mention, I'm watching that boom cannon. Notice I shocked in front of it, guys. It's a shorter travel time. I don't want to lose another Rainmaker, guys. They're not cheap. But we do like to save our GBE because that assists us on the burn. Now, I want to take out some more structures, and then we'll turn the right corner. Where are his rockets, by the way? Because rockets are very far away. Got a shock in hand, keeping an eye on both boom cannons. Okay. Rainmakers are basically a test of patience, guys. And you gotta be patient, because they are slow, but man, they are super, super powerful. Okay, still got that shock in hand, keeping my eye on that boom cannon. If he turns, I'm dropping that shock. Okay, everything's looking good. Let's go ahead and get Rainmakers further over to the right. You can start working on that shield gen and or shock launcher. Like I said, I don't like shock launchers, guys, but we can probably distract with some nice critters. We'll go ahead and throw some distraction critters over on the mortar. It should hopefully distract on the second shock. Let's go ahead and flare that shock launcher. Try to get it down now. There we go. Okay, things are looking much better. We've got 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Let's just let them kind of fan out and clear stuff for the moment. I want to drop Zookas no later than about 1:10. But I also don't want there to be an active flare. Preferably, I don't want there to be any active flare when I drop the Zookas. Okay, let's get that boom cannon out. Now what I want to do, let's get the Rainmakers going way over here. This flare should expire. It will expire by the time I want to drop the Zookas, and I want to start working on this rocket. Because rockets during the burn with the Rifleman and the Zookas, they're obviously kind of bad, right? But you can use, there's lots of techniques, but since we have the time, we're able to go ahead and move out here. Now, like I said, I'm waiting for that flare to expire, although I don't really have to. There's nothing that's going to hit the Zookas if they start walking in that straight line, but I prefer them not to. Okay, well, we need to get those Zookas out. Okay, we'll drop the Zookas now. Flare is gone right at the 1:10. Hopefully that boom cannon doesn't hit one of our Rainmakers. Okay, beautiful. Now, we will drop a flare. I'm just watching the Zookas. Okay, we'll drop a flare basically right behind where this one Rainmaker is. Notice the shock launcher's down. That's excellent. Now we've got this one rocket to worry about. And what we're going to do is get some Resurrected Johnsons coming out. About now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we flare the HQ. This will put the rifles in line of the rockets, and the Zookas will be safely protected. Here we go. Now, some of the splash from the Rainmakers can clip some Johnsons. It happens, guys. But it's okay. They're just there for some DPS, but mainly to shield our Zookas. Our Zookas come in for the burn, and kaboom, just like that. I guess Russian player goes down to Pound Town. But yeah, we are definitely... we got more boost than we need. Like, I'm sure we could probably be doing these with masterpieces, like I said. But, hey, we got an Op Pit coming up, so we're going to be fully boosted either way. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. He's a 116, 154. Okay, let's verify the stats. 116 on the health is correct. 154 on the damage is also correct. We see a Shock Blaster 3 and 2 Shield Gen 3s. This is a pretty standard meta base right now. It's meant to be anti-Gren. This is not anti-Rainmaker. Obviously, we will just bard out the Shock Blaster. It's got 54,000 HP, 2 barrage, 3 artillery, possibly 4. Should do it. Or we can just do 1 barrage and like 4 or 5 artillery. That might be cheaper. Whatever. Let's do 2 barrage, 3 artillery thing. I like to save artillery for later because it's quicker. It'll basically be the exact same strat as before. They may or may not clip these boom mines, so if they don't, we'll have to clear them for them. And this boom cannon on the side could be a real problem for us. I'm wondering if we should drop left, because the angles are a bit better on the left side. There's more structures on the right to clear. No, let's drop left. Something's telling me to drop left. Let's drop left. Okay. Anyway, guys, here we go. We're going to BART that shock blaster out. We can drop our troops, though. Actually, I should have checked the range, but I'm pretty sure. We'll drop them in pairs again. It's staggered pairs. 1, 2, 1, 2. Kavan and the healers. 2 barrage. 1 and 2. And 3 artillery. 1, 2, 3. Basically, I assume they're about 10,000 each, right? The barrage and the artillery. Oh, not quite, though. There we go. Boom. Okay. It's a rough approximation. I know barrage is like 14,400, but they don't always all hit their target, and I think the tribal artillery is somewhere around 9,600, but basically, they both do about 10k. So that's how I'm looking at it for this tribal. Yeah, that one boom mine is in a bad position. We will critter it. Now look at the angle this Rainmaker has on that boom cannon. Isn't that awesome? Okay, now hopefully they take out this other one behind the mortar. I was just gonna artillery that boom cannon if it turned and save shocks for later. If it turned, but it didn't. Okay, things are looking great. Again, it's just a patience game, guys. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I guess we need more Rainmakers. That would help, huh? Like, it's going really slow. Alright, so now we'll drop the other 2 Rainmakers out. We should have dropped them a little bit sooner, but I think we'll be okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, I hope you guys are having fun. Let me know in the comments below as well what combinations you like to roll with. Obviously, Bullet works pretty well with these 2. I just really like using Kavan and Second Wind, and I find this combo can be quite devastating because you really avoid a lot of incoming damage. Alright, shock launchers down. Let's just let them clear a little bit more. I don't quite want to turn the corner yet. This boom cannon has a lot of range, and I'd like to see what kind of damage we can get done to it right now. Okay, and that we're collecting some GBE. Time's starting to get a little short on us, though. Okay. Yeah, now the Rainmakers aren't really helping a lot. Let's go ahead and take out the mortar and machine gun around the core, or the HQ. Okay, now we'll turn that corner. I'm really worried about this turn, though, guys. Let's go ahead and... I have a smoke ready, in case I see the boom cannon kind of twitch. I'm really tempted to drop an artillery on the boom cannon, but I think we can do it. Heck, the healers are standing out in front, so I like that. At this point, I don't mind if we lose a healer. Okay, minute 24, it is about time to drop the Zookas. Let's go ahead and drop the Zookas. Let's wait for the flare to expire. It's a big key here. Wait for the flare to expire. Now drop the Zookas, because otherwise they might start walking in a weird way once the flare does expire. If we lose a Rainmaker, we lose a Rainmaker. I'm not going to do anything about it right now. Alright, keeping an eye on the Zookas. Now we're going to flare up over in this area. This gets the Rainmakers working more on the rocket launcher and sets them in the position that we want. Keeping an eye on where Kavan is, because we're going to need to start dropping Johnsons here really soon, about now. 1, 2, 3, let's go 4 Johnsons, flare the HQ, and here we go. Alright. Very similar configuration as before. Can I get both of these guys in a shock? Let's go for a perfect shock. There we go, perfect shock is successful. And... just a matter of time, guys. Look at that burn. Look at that burn. Kaboom! Just like that Asian letter player. Goes down to Pound Town. Rainmaker, Medic, and Zooka. 611. Alright. Well, unless there's anyone else on my map, I guess that's about all I can show you. I can show you yesterday's op pit. I did the op pit right after Rainmakers came in. I went up against a Commodore. It had a lot of points. What was it? 184. 184 task force points Commodore, and I was fully boosted. I'll be honest, I was expecting to get a little bit further than I did. Here's a layout. Now, I know this is soloable with Zookas and all that. Heavy Zooka, just smoke up here. I know the play, guys. I'm trying to use Rainmakers right now. Let's go in 2 times, though, at least, right? So here, it takes a long time working on the beach, especially because they're not getting a lot of splash action, but I had to clear it out, right? Heck, let's even go to 4 times. Now, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be right into range as we turn the corner. And in particular, we'll go to 2 times here. Shock launchers, right? Shock launchers are bad. Now we're entering the range of shocks. We do some distraction critters to distract some of those shocks. stocks on us. We want to keep GBE costs as low as possible. I was hoping to make it all the way in and actually get it to burn on the core, but nah, things took too long. But anyway, so I always try to minimize GBE usage, because the more GBE you can save means the more resurrected Johnsons or Rainmakers you bring back at the end, depending on if any die. But anyway, as you can see, guys, you know, they are somewhat viable or not. So it all depends on the operation. But at very high level ops, probably not, because building health is still so dang high. Unless you're at an ability to snipe the core from a distance, there's probably not a lot of utility there. But, yeah, so anyway, moving right along, clearing junk out. Finally, I realized, crap, we're running low on time. So, start getting over here in this area, work on all this junk. I think at some point I bring out some Johnsons. I remember, though, GBE, I didn't have much. I think, yeah, what do we got? 2 boats of Johnsons. Do a little reflare to make sure they go forward into the boom cannons. And we start raining down some pain right at the end. And I mean, you know, we opened it up, but I was really hoping to have everything cleared to the core. I was hoping to have at least been doing direct damage to the core, but that didn't quite happen. But anyway, there you go. There was a Rainmaker Commandor attack. Again, with the same... no, that was just an all Rainmaker combo with Kavan. Yeah, because I knew incoming damage wouldn't be that high. Took a quick look at the radar. Is anything else going to spawn? No, we just missed a spawn chance. All I have is NPCs. We'll do some NPC killing for you too, guys. Why not? It's Rainmaker time. Between the Mines, fully boosted. Yeah. Actually, this is interesting. This beach is very, very hot. This one's not. There's a lot of mines. So let's drop on this side. Actually, I never drop on this side. Okay, let's drop some critters here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, Kavan, healer. Crap, we lost a Rainmaker. Shock. That's really bad, losing Rainmakers on NPC bases, guys. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Alright. I didn't want to mess with all that beach, though. It's quite protected. But a few shocks could easily handle that. Okay, these mines don't hurt that much. As a result, let's go ahead and flare directly to the right, just to clear all these mines out. Because they might hurt our Zookas, but we're not going to need to drop the Zookas anyway. It's really unnecessary. But in general, you can use Rainmakers to clear mines, and you should be planning ahead in your hits like that. Because otherwise, when you do the Zooka drop, if there are mines there, you're going to have to deal with those. So it's better if you can just spend a flare, reposition Rainmakers, and run over mines at the same time. At this point, let's get that shock launcher down, and then I'll just start spamming Johnsons. Actually, we'll do one little reflare up top like this, and then we'll start spamming all the Johnsons we can. Looks like we'll just get a couple of charges of Johnsons there. That's all we're going to need, though, guys. We'll go ahead and... I can't shock both of those. Let's put a shock on the shock launcher. Doesn't matter. Just like that, kaboom, between the mines goes down with a lost Rainmaker. Probably didn't even profit on that. No, we spent money. We gained 77.6, and we lost 97.5. Yep. All right. One more glorious NPC base for you guys. Sentinella. Oh, man. Do we even... Well, I guess I'll drop Rainmakers on this. You know, this is an all GBE base, guys. You know that, right? Let's see what the Rainmakers do. This will be interesting. Alright, got all the Rainmakers out there. Hopefully they clear all these mines. For that, it'll be kind of cool to watch. Raining down the pain. Looks like they missed a mine. Alright. It's like watching paint dry, huh? Here we go. Hope the audio is good today. I'm using a different connection. I got some new headphones. So you're hearing me through a new microphone for the first time on my tablet here. Well, Rainmakers appear to be pretty effective at this base. Although it would have already been dead had we just barred out the sniper towers and rocket launcher, then just dropped critters. That's the usual play here. And we'll drop some critters on the shock mines, move up top. We can even get the girls out, spam a bunch of Johnsons. Girls won't even get there, though. It might even be dead by the time the Johnsons get there. We'll see. I mean, I guess we could smoke everybody, but what's the fun in that? Nah, they'll die. Kaboom, just like that. Sentinella goes down to Pound Town. So, I guess it's going to wrap it up. Keep it kind of short anyway. But they are here. They are fun. I think it might have been a mistake, but according to Zedmont, I guess we're still going to get them at the end of the month as well, like was promised, because I guess he heard from Drew about it. And that's good news. And it's good news in this tribal that we have the Rainmakers, because they certainly make things a little bit easier. I had a lot of good feedback on my previous video that talked about surviving this tribal, so thanks for the feedback, guys. I appreciate it. It helps me know what kind of content to produce for y'all. Yeah, so anyway, with that, I guess we're going to wrap it up right there. I hope you guys have a super fantastic, awesome weekend. And as always, remember, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.